If you believe that, you believe Elvis is alive and running a small bait stand on Lake Erie. Shame on you.
Senator John Kennedy put U.S. Attorney Kevin Gafford Ritz under intense pressure during a Senate hearing, challenging him over his professional record, his testimony, and allegations surrounding a federal criminal case. Kennedy repeatedly questioned Ritz's credibility, and at one point delivered a blunt accusation: "You lied to the defense counsel." But Kennedy didn't stop there. He pressed Ritz over why the Justice Department ultimately replaced him on the case and why Ritz claimed he had no knowledge of a complaint involving his conduct.
Mr. Ritz, you are a political activist, aren't you?
I would not consider myself that at all, Senator.
Okay. When you were sworn in as U.S. Attorney, you gave a speech, didn't you?
I did.
Okay. Here's what you said. I'm going to quote from your speech. "But you should know that justice for me is about more than putting people in prison. For me, it's also about who votes and how hard it is to cast that vote. It's about where pipelines go. It's about where bus routes go. Justice is about whether people in all zip codes can get a loan, whether women have access to health care, whether citizens have affordable housing or clean drinking water. Sometimes those are Department of Justice issues. Sometimes they are not. But for me, they're all justice issues." Did I read that accurately?
I believe so, Senator.
Okay. Did you really remove the Tennessee state flag from your conference room?
Senator, I appreciate you asking about this again. As the chief federal law enforcement.
Welcome. Did you do it?
So I felt it was fundamentally inappropriate when I gave press conferences and similar statements to the public to indicate or suggest somehow that I spoke for the state, which I don't under our system of federalism.
Are you embarrassed to be from Tennessee?
Not at all, Senator. I am from Tennessee, grew up as a public school kid in Tennessee.
But you were embarrassed to have the Tennessee flag.
That's not it at all, Senator.
Okay. You have a history of lying to your professional colleagues, don't you?
That's not true, Senator.
Okay. Do you know a former public defender named Stephen Shankman?
I knew him to a degree. I'm not sure we ever had any cases together. I knew who he was, yes.
Well, in a private email, not meant for public consumption, to another one of your professional colleagues, this is what Mr. Shankman said, talking about your lying. He said, "It is unfortunate that this is not the first, second, third, or whatever occasion that this sort of thing has occurred. But everyone should be aware of this unfortunate pattern of behavior. You should be aware," he said to the other lawyer, before the other lawyer dealt with you. "Your client should be aware, and you should proceed with extreme caution." Was Mr. Shankman lying?
To the degree he suggested that I acted unethically, that was not accurate, and it wasn't in any occasion, much less on numerous occasions.
Okay, let's talk about this case, United States v. Von Rico Weber, which you claim to not remember. But before I do that, a few seconds ago, you lied to Senator Hawley, didn't you?
I'm under oath, Senator. I did not lie.
You said you have no knowledge of any complaint, professional complaint made against you, didn't you?
I said I have no knowledge of any sort of formal complaint, and he read from a letter that I don't believe I ever saw.
And you were shocked. You
If
never heard of that before.
If there were a formal complaint, that, as I said, I had not known about that.
Okay. You were amazed.
I don't recall any of that.
Any?
I recall this Mr. Weber's
You have
case.
amnesia about it.
Again, I am unaware of any formal complaint or investigation. Certainly was not.
You believe in the Tooth Fairy?
Senator, I don't.
You believe in the Easter Bunny? Now, in this case, United States v. Von Rico Weber, you lied to the defense counsel. And The defense counsel then had to go before the court and withdraw a plea for his counsel. And a complaint was filed, about which you apparently have amnesia. And the Justice Department replaced you. And the lawyer from the Justice Department who replaced you, this is what the lawyer said. The new attorney said about you. Said these allegations against Mr. Ritz are, quote, serious. And it is taken so seriously, referring to the Department of Justice, by our office. That is one of the reasons I'm here, and Mr. Ritz will be more than likely be taken off this case because of those allegations. End quote. You lied to Senator Hawley, didn't you?
I didn't lie to the defense counsel in that case. I didn't lie today, Senator.
Now, my good friend Senator Ossoff asked you if you'd follow the law. And you said, yeah. But if you're lying to us today, we're stuck with you, aren't we?
Senator, I have not lied and did not lie in that case.
You just have amnesia.
I did not lie in that case. There was a written plea agreement with the entire agreement of the parties.
If you believe that, you believe Elvis is alive and running a small bait stand on Lake Erie. Shame on you.
Kennedy began by questioning Ritz's understanding of what justice means. That he quoted a speech Ritz gave after becoming a U.S. attorney, in which Ritz said justice was about more than putting people in prison. Ritz described issues including voting access, pipelines, bus routes, health care, affordable housing, and clean drinking water as potential justice issues. Kennedy asked whether those were really Ritz's words. Ritz confirmed that they were. Kennedy's questioning suggested he wanted to know whether Ritz viewed his federal role through a broader political lens rather than focusing strictly on enforcing federal law. Kennedy then turned to another unusual issue. He asked Ritz whether he had removed the Tennessee state flag from his conference room. Ritz explained that he believed displaying the flag could create the impression that he represented the state of Tennessee when, as a federal prosecutor, he represented the federal government. Kennedy pressed him further. Was he embarrassed to be from Tennessee? Ritz said absolutely not, explaining that he grew up in Tennessee and was proud of his background. But Kennedy quickly moved to a much more serious subject: Ritz's professional conduct. Kennedy brought up allegations made by former public defender Stephen Shankman, who had reportedly warned another attorney about Ritz and questioned his professional conduct. Ritz rejected those allegations. Then Kennedy focused on the federal case involving Weber. According to Kennedy's questioning, Ritz allegedly provided information to defense counsel that ultimately became significant enough for the defense to withdraw a plea. Kennedy then delivered his blunt accusation: "You lied to the defense counsel." Ritz denied it. He insisted that he had not lied in that case and had not lied to the Senate. But Kennedy wasn't convinced. Kennedy then pointed to what he described as the most important part of the controversy. The Justice Department replaced Ritz on the case. Kennedy quoted the attorney who took over, who described the allegations against Ritz as serious and indicated that Ritz would likely be removed from the case because of those allegations. Kennedy asked Ritz to explain how he could have no knowledge of a formal complaint when the allegations had apparently become serious enough for the Justice Department to intervene. Ritz continued to maintain that he was unaware of any formal complaint or investigation. Kennedy repeatedly challenged that explanation. If you're following congressional hearings where senators put officials under the microscope, subscribe for more explosive exchanges and political news. This confrontation ultimately came down to one issue: credibility. Senator John Kennedy questioned Ritz about his statements, his professional conduct, the Weber case, and the circumstances surrounding his replacement by the Justice Department. Ritz maintained throughout the questioning that he had not lied and that he was unaware of any formal complaint against him. Kennedy, however, clearly wasn't satisfied with those answers. And his message was direct: when serious allegations surround a federal prosecutor, "I don't remember" isn't enough. The questions remain, and Kennedy made sure they were put directly on the record.